Thank you for staying with us. Ha. The Venture in Management program, that's what we're going to be talking about now. And that program is designed as a one-week intensive session to introduce selected members of the National Youth Service Corps to the different facets of managing a business, making crucial business decisions, and developing skills for general management.
And not Jakba.
Jakba would not even appear in the vocabulary after that, I promise. So the goal of VIMP is to prepare NYSC members for the world of business as managers and entrepreneurs as part of JAN's commitment to the UN SDG. JAN, by the way, is Junior Achievement Nigeria. Well, we have three people going to discuss the program with us this morning, the Venture in Management program, and it's my pleasure to welcome the Marketing and Communications Manager at JAN, Oluwatobi Ogunlesi. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
Next to him is the lead sponsor, representing the lead sponsor, Oluwaseun Dosunmu, Head of Research, Parthian Partners.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
And we are privileged to have the most outstanding female participant with us this morning in the person of Temilade Adelakun.
Hello, good morning.
Wow.
And who better to introduce the most outstanding female participant than the most outstanding female host?
Ooh.
Thank you. Thank
No,
you.
you can blush. It's not a sin.
I am taking a bow. I am taking a bow. Well, I can't start with you. I have to start with the person who owns the program.
Sure, that's fine.
Now, Mr. Ogunlesi, tell us about this Venture in Management program.
Thank you very much. Venture in Management program, known as VIMP, is one of the flagship programs of Junior Achievement Nigeria, a member of Junior Achievement worldwide. And I'm an alumnus of VIMP as well. I did VIMP in 2012.
And you were the most outstanding male participant?
Not at that time. I mean, it's interesting.
To make my partner happy.
I mean, it's interesting. I did VIMP in 2012, and I'm now Marketing and Communications Manager for Junior Achievement Nigeria, the organization that manages VIMP. So VIMP is an intensive mini MBA program for NYSC, currently serving NYSC members and recent graduates. It's in partnership with Lagos Business School for about 20 years now. And it's
no kidding.
Yes.
This is serious business. Huh?
Yes, it is.
In fact, I have an MBA from Lagos Business School as well. And it was an aftermath of VIMP. I mean, VIMP was March 2012, and then I started my MBA September 2012. So VIMP just exposes participants to the world of work. You know, I mean, I finished NYSC. I had little or zero idea of what I wanted to do with life. And I got the opportunity to come on VIMP, and that was what exposed me to the case study methodology. I mean, critically analyzing business problems, negotiations, understanding the nature of human beings. I mean, several aspects of real life work. So, I mean, that's exactly what VIMP is about.
And all this took place in 1 week?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm really struggling in my head. You know,
how they could have
put all of that in.
Crushed all of that into
case study analysis.
Yes.
Businesses.
Yes.
Well, that would have been a lot of hard work from morning to night.
Yes.
Well,
Right?
I wasn't there.
I can talk more about that. So we're like
Obviously.
literally busy from 8 a.m. till like 5 p.m. in the evening. And I was just telling my folks when I got back that I'm just about this week, I'm taking this week to rest. All through last week it was back to back. But it was really intensive and fun because in between all of that, we got to like brainstorm. Of course, there was food, like very delicious food, courtesy of Lagos Business School. So it wasn't all, as we were learning, we had time to, eat, communicate, interact. And I think interesting part is also like getting like some of the sponsors come speak to us, engage with us, like interact with us. So it was all fun, all learning, all impact in just 1 week. And prior to that, we also had the volunteering session where we got to volunteer. So it's like a whole round program, and in between that we had like the alumni mixer where we got to like interact with previous alumni of this program who have been here for like over 10 years, and then getting to hear where they are now, how the VIMP program impacted them, and what they want us to like also learn and take away from the program. So it was honestly a fully packed program, intensive, impactful.
What was the learning? What were some learning points do you know that maybe by the time you turn 55, you still definitely remember?
I think one key thing I heard almost every day was attitude. So it's honestly beyond just you knowing your thing or having the skills, but once you miss the attitude. So everybody that came to speak to us, from the executive director for Lucia and also even the partners, kept mentioning attitude, attitude. Attitude was one of the things that took them really far. And I literally wrote on the VIMP book I was given in capital letter, attitude. Young lady, don't forget this thing. No matter how first class or anything you are, attitude is very critical. So that's one of the many things I learned from VIMP.
So
I think I would also like to add to that. I recall Mr. Vincent Egbe, the country manager of GB Foods, one of our major sponsors, speaking about relationships as well.
Yes.
I mean, he let us understand the importance of building and maintaining sustainable, impactful relationships on the program as well. I recall when he said, I mean, because of the class dynamics where people have to argue their points and all of that, I mean, he made a statement. He was like, you may not like the next person sitting beside you, but you might need the person in future.
Exactly.
So you just have to find a way to, build and sustain that relationship on the program.
And this is what, Mr. Doximon, this is what you people are putting money on.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Putting money on people fighting.
We believe that, Nigeria of now is largely driven by a lot of people leaving the country. So we want to change that narrative. So we believe that what JA Nigeria is doing is fantastic. It aligns with one of the things that we believe in, one of our objectives, equipping the youth, because they serve as the foundation that we will build on later on in life. So once the opportunity came up, we decided this is fantastic. We need to go all in. And that's why we've been doing that.
Okay, tell us about Parthian Partners itself.
Okay, so...
And how long you've been involved with VIMP or JAN?
Okay.
Or both?
So Parthian Partners Limited is the first interdealer broker firm in Nigeria. It was the first.
Speak English.
Interdealer.
Just speak English.
I beg.
Okay. So basically, an interdealer broker is an intermediary that facilitates transactions between financial institutions, investment banks, asset management companies, and the likes.
Between investment banks?
Investment, yes.
Oh, so you don't deal with people like me?
No, we also do that. So the beauty of Parthian is that under the Parthian group, we have iInvest. Now, iInvest is a digital platform that gives you the opportunity to save and also exposes you to the different products that we have. Now, you know how sometimes it can be difficult to access other fixed income instruments, different investments, but Parthian gives you that platform through the iInvest app.
Digital?
Yes.
Okay. So I mean, if it's digital, that means if I wanted to invest 100 million, for instance, I wouldn't have the access to a human being that I could negotiate with. I can only do it on
your phone.
I mean, so you are going to give me the same interest rate as you're going to give Ayo, who only has a meager $5 million.
Dollars, please.
Oh, I apologize. Is that the way it is?
Oh, yes.
I wouldn't have an avenue to negotiate because my money, I mean, I consider it pots of money, if you ask me. 100 million naira is pots of money.
Mr. Dosumu, she wants to invest, so you both can exchange numbers. No. But just for now.
No, I don't want to invest.
Tell us how long, Parthian Partners have been
this is the second year. We actually started last year.
What was the attraction to JAN and to VIMP in particular?
So basically, they have a track record.
Okay.
And that's one thing that drew us to them, the track record. We can see that, what they've been doing has been impactful. And we've also seen some of the alumni of that program and the kind of impacts they've been making. And we've also seen that, Our company is largely driven by young people. I mean, everybody that works there is between the age of, let me say, 27 to max 40. Max.
Have you employed any alumni?
Not yet.
Okay.
So
Until they
we
get
have, so we have the graduate management training program, whereby a lot of these people come in. We have different sessions, grooming them. You go through all the departments of the company, and you have the opportunity to learn from professionals who have been in the industry for years, and also contribute. And after the program, they go through a series of tests, series of rigorous sessions whereby their skills are honed and developed.
Okay.
So if they choose to continue working with Parthian, fantastic.
Okay. You better pay them well enough. But Mr. Oglesi, give us the numbers, the applications versus the shortlisted, the final shortlist for the year. How are the participants selected?
Okay, so for this year, 2022, we had a total of 951 applications.
Ouch. For
Yes.
how many places?
So this is the second year we are running the program on hybrid. So 50 virtual participants and 50 in-house participants in class. So that's a total of 100. We had 951 applications across the country, and they were shortlisted to 100, 50 virtual, 50 hybrid. And the process, so they have to indicate interest by sending in an application. They go through an interview, a rigorous interview. They write an essay on why they should be a part of the program and what they hope to expect after the program. And all of this is in partnership or in collaboration with Veraki partners. That's Veraki Africa, Accenture, former Accenture, because they're also one of our collaborators on the program.
Yes.
So, I mean, 951, and I mean, for us to have gotten 100 out of 951, I mean, it just shows how rigorous
Yes.
the
Yes.
I can
selection process
imagine,
was.
because Mr. Dosumo is smiling, but how was the selection made? What were the edges that people had?
Yes, so based on their interviews, one. Secondly, based on the essay. So it's an essay that speaks about, your purpose, what you hope to achieve, your expectations, what you hope to take out of the program, and what you hope to do with the key learnings on the program. Because it is also to help them to position for the future of work. So we assess, in collaboration with Veraki Africa, we assess all of these submissions and rate all the participants. So the 100 participants that had the highest scores were the ones on the program this year.
Were the scores high? Because most people regard Youth Corps as the day before the storm. This is our year of knowing the country, being sometimes reckless, before we now face the world as either employers of labor or employees.
Yes, but recall that it's recent graduates and NYSC. So it's
not just NYSC.
Not just NYSC.
Oh, okay.
Recent graduates,
Okay.
not more than 27 years of age.
Who maybe are waiting for their
Yes.
NYSC posting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And recent graduates, not more than 27 years of age, first class, second class upper. So, I mean, it has to be competitive because it's an all expense paid program. None of the participants made payments except for their commitment fees, just to show that they're actually committed to the program. None of the participants paid a dime for the accommodation, for the case studies, for the meals. No amount was collected from participants. It was fully sponsored by Parthian Partners, GB Foods, and MasterCard.
No wonder the food part. That's one of the got.
Temina, they didn't forget that part.
No, it was a very delicious meal. I would not forget that
Okay.
part.
Now, you gave us an inkling the other time about what the typical day
Yes.
during the program was. Was how many days in all? 5 days?
5 days, yes.
5
It
days.
was
in all.
actually like 7 days.
Okay, Saturday for the career fair, then the previous Saturday for the volunteering program
Yes.
where we went to like volunteer in different organizations.
What? Okay, give us a before and after story.
Okay.
You know, the kind of what I ordered versus what I got. So, when you heard about the VIMP,
Yes.
what was on your mind as opposed to when you now got there and experienced it?
Okay, when I've heard about VIMP right from like my third year because I'm quite active on LinkedIn and I see every year people always posting about VIMP and I'm like, what is this? What is even this VIMP about? Like every year I just keep seeing this thing come on my timeline. VIMP was this, was that, was superb. I told myself when I'm doing my NYSC, I'm definitely going to apply for this. So I wouldn't say I had like so much high expectation because I always sometimes believe that some people might overhype things. Let me taste this thing myself. This VIMP evolving, people that we're talking about for years. Let me like taste this myself. I like that the weekend before the program started, we had to like, we're subdivided into different groups. I was in the finance group. Then we're told to like go to like an orphanage home to go speak to those children. So we're given slides, divided from the beginning of the program or before the program, we already started practicing teamwork. Who's going to take this slide? Who's going to organize these kids? Who's going to talk to them? Who's going to do the Q&A? So that was like the Saturday before the program itself. From Saturday, we had that physical opportunity to like go volunteer. Then after that, on Sunday, we came into the hotel we were lodged. A very amazing hotel, by the way. Well, very conducive, very nice. Then the typical day, which is what you were asking, is more like you wake up very early in the morning to catch like the Jan bus that will take us to Lagos Business
How early is
School.
early? 6 a.m.?
Yeah, 6 a.m.
You
because
missed
you
out
have to
breakfast.
Yes, you have to catch breakfast in the hotel by 7. Of course, another breakfast waiting for you at Lagos Business School by 10.
You spoiled this kid.
Wow.
We were literally spoiled, to be honest.
You spoiled.
Well, they're that brilliant, they deserve it.
But you spoiled them.
I guess just to prepare us for the rigorous work that we're going to like go through for that 1
Everything
week.
you are eating, you are going to vomit.
Exactly. So getting to Lagos Business School between like say 7:30 and 10, you have to go into like different syndicate rooms. And so what the syndicate room is about is we've been divided into like small groups. We have case studies per day, 2 to 3 case studies per day. Let me highlight something I love about those case studies. They were not just case studies that were like talking about international problems. There were case studies talking about problems we're experiencing locally here in Nigeria. That's honestly one of the highlights for me. So you go to the syndicate room with your subgroup, discuss this case study, analyze the what, the why, what are we expected, what do we expect to do from this case study, what's the call to action from this case study. Then by 10 a.m. we go grab breakfast. Then when we are back, between 10 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon, we now have like Lagos Business School doctors and professors come to us. We discuss this together. They try to like help us put the right perspective to this case study, how to analyze a case study. In between all of that, we have like several classes and lectures around marketing, communication, negotiation, ethics. We have like group work, like you come to present. So it's not like you're just sitting down and they're just pouring and pouring. Like you're coming out as a group to present. Every day we have like a group presentation to have. Then after that, we go for lunch. When we are back from lunch again, that's between like say 2:30 p.m. and 4:45. Series of classes as well. In between all of that, there are Q&A, you ask questions, they respond. Then we always have surprise guests. I know we had them, Parthian partners come around, we had GB Foods. They come in to tell us their story, how they started, why they are partnering with Lagos Business School, just to remind us that they really value who we are and they are putting their money and time into this because they have so much respect and value for us. Then by 4:45 p.m., we follow the bus back to the hotel. Get into the hotel, catch some rest, come down for dinner. After dinner, mix with your colleague, just start to review the case study ahead of tomorrow. So it was literally like we're working like all around
the clock.
Yes, no time to waste.
What was the experience working with people you were meeting for the first time? Young people you were meeting for the first time.
It was honestly sweet. I like that it was a very diverse set of classes. It's not like I'm coming here and I'm meeting, because I studied mechanical engineering. So it's not just coming here and meeting everybody doing engineering. You had people from education, from agri. So when we are having conversations, we have very rich conversations. Honestly, I was blown away. And at some point, I tell myself, girl, I think you have to calm down, hear people, because the thoughts coming from different people were super amazing because they've all had different experiences coming from different parts of the country. I remember this particular case study where I think one of us schooled in the north, and it was able to bring some knowledge from the north that I was not aware of. So the case studies having to interact with people from like different schools, different states of the country. It was very rich and diverse. And
quickly,
yes,
what do you hope to achieve with this learning that you have now acquired?
Yes. So my wife for coming to Lagos Business School was because I honestly wanted to have my wife for coming to VIMP rather was because I wanted to have a taste of what this MBA is about. And I was able to learn, unlearn, relearn. And I think above all, what I'm taking from all of this is now I understand what I want to do career-wise. There's more clarity, to be honest, than before now, because I got to interact with different lecturers. I asked them questions, they responded. They even shared their contacts and maybe how we can follow up with them after the program. So my takeaway and what I plan to do with these things I've learned is just for my career growth, basically. And I'm now looking forward to going for a full MBA. Don't be shocked if in the next 6-7 months, I'm like a Toby Ogunlesi, because he was like 6 or 7 months after his own VIMP program, he went for an MBA. Now I'm looking forward to like starting my applications for MBA program, and Lagos Business School should be one of the schools I will apply to.
And perhaps also give some people employment. Now, your last words, Mr. Dosumu, on this program. What are your hopes for this, and what more should Mr. Ogunlesi and his team be expecting from Party and Partners?
Okay, thank you. While I can't say all that we plan to do, what I say is that we're actually glad we're doing this. Contrary to popular opinion, we actually believe in the country. And we're doing what we can with what we have to make sure that we make as much impact in the lives of as many people as we can reach while we can do that. So we're actually glad we're doing this, like I said. So, and we expect that, more of this youth would impact the country and make us proud.
Well, you don't need to say anything, Mr. Ogunlesi, because you said everything you want to say.
Yes, but I mean, if you will allow me, I would just want to say a very big thank you on behalf of the board, the management and staff of Junior Achievement Nigeria to MasterCard, GB Foods, Party and Partners, and Lagos Business School.
Invoice will arrive at Jan.
I mean, without these organizations, we would not have been able to do VIMP 2022.
The next time, we will not allow you to wear that T-shirt.
Okay, we've been looking at the Venture in Management program, the VIMP, organized by the Junior Achievement Nigeria. And we had with us the most outstanding female participant, Temilade Adelakun, who was very, very effusive about describing what she experienced during this course. We also had the head of research at Party and Partners, lead sponsors of the program, Mr. Oluwaseun Dosumu, and the marketing and communications manager, Junior Achievement Nigeria, Mr. Oluwatobi Ogunlesi. Thank you. Lady and gentlemen, for coming to talk to us about VIMP, Venture in Management Program.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Sunrise will return in just a moment to look at the lifestyle segment, and we'll be looking today at trauma.